Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing this morning? Bet you didn't expect this. No 3 p.m.? Currently 9:54 Central Time. This is not a recording. This is not a fake stream. I'm sorry, I'm not really being too vocal right now. I'm just getting this linked out. How's everyone doing? Not the worst morning. 8 a.m. Kane stream. Yeah, it's the friendliest time slot I've ever chosen. It's breakfast time, baby. What in the world? I'm barely awake. Wake up, Elmers! It ain't burnt. It's called crispy. There ain't nothing burnt. There ain't no burnt edges here. Thought this was a heads up for later. No, we're playing franchise today. That's what we do. How did I make the name Marcus Calhoun? Honestly, I did a lot of randomizing just to make names. I didn't really do a lot of handpick names. I'm not good at it. Like blackjack. So I let randomizers normally handle it for me. How long will this stream be? Well, I'm hoping to play through the last 2 preseason games, so we should be here for a couple hours. Stefan, thank you for the super chat. Should be studying for a summer school final tomorrow. Darn you for being so distracting. Yeah, just happened to be streaming at 10 o'clock in the morning, randomly, first time in forever. Just so I could impact your study schedule. So, I already played the first 2 games. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see him today. There were some developments that happened, though, that we'll get into here in a moment. What am I eating? Having 1 piece of butter toast and 1 piece of butter and peanut butter toast for a little contrast. Philip, thank you for becoming a member on the channel and showing your support. And thank you, Anthony. Love your stream since Vikings franchise. Have a great stream and a great day. I appreciate that. Roll out of bed to a Kane stream. What a good day. Yeah, I can show you the box scores. Rashid, what's disgusting? Toast? I prefer creamy peanut butter over crunchy. I'll answer your question, Thomas, here in a moment about Madden 21 and franchise and where my thoughts are. I'm just eating quick. I just wanted the stream to fill up a little bit. So, appreciate your patience. Brush your teeth. Hey, Kane, haven't been in the live YouTube for a while. Glad to see you. What do you think about Madden 21 Classic franchise, and how disappointing were you to see they did nothing? I'll talk about that soon, Josh. How are the UDFAs doing, Kane? There's one making a name for himself, Robert. We'll talk about that soon, too. What's for lunch? I don't know. I might skip lunch. I'm not sure. I want to make some chicken today, though. Alright, one more bite. I'll quit stuffing my face. Or should I be more on brand here? You know everything's got to be blue. I got 2 cloth napkins here because I can never remember if I have one in my office or not. Ugh. How does Matt Stoney chew so fast? I think about that all the time. You ever watch Matt Stoney eat on YouTube? I'm struggling to put down 2 pieces of toast. Glad to be here, Andres. What are your predictions for this upcoming season, Omari? I'm sure we'll get into some general NFL talk. But, right now, as far as predictions go, I'll say that, I think, 1, the Cowboys are going to be a really good team. And 2, I think the Patriots are back to being favorites in the AFC East. And, I think the entire league is going to regret allowing Cam Newton to go to the Patriots. Do I think Cooks is going to be traded? I don't see Dalvin getting traded, but I've been wrong about a trade regarding a high-profile Viking already this offseason, so I guess we'll see. I personally think that they'll come to some sort of agreement. But I don't know. It's a tricky situation and a very tricky offseason. Quick question. Would winning 11-plus games with Jarrett Stidham do more for Belichick's legacy than winning 11 with Cam? Can I get input from the chat, too? I mean, I think it'd be tougher for them to win 11 with Stidham than Cam. At this point, though, Belichick's legacy is so high, I'm not sure there needs to be something else to vault it. I mean, first of all, he had the success with Brady before Brady was the GOAT. I mean, Brady didn't start out the GOAT. He had to work his way there. Now, he started out pretty well. And then, you know, when Brady got hurt the one year at the torn ACL, that was the year Matt Castle did really well. I mean, Belichick's been doing this a long time. I don't think he's got anything to prove. Would I consider doing a franchise on 2K5, Madden 05, Axis, All-Pro, or Maximum Football? Thanks for the years of great content, Kane. Appreciate the super chats, everybody. Jack, ZTJ, Omari, Robert, Josh, all you guys. Man, more super chats rolling in here. Mark, I have owned every Madden back to like 94 on the Super Nintendo. I really think I'm going to skip this year. If they don't care about franchise, why should I? I don't play MUT or online. Yeah, I think a lot of this boils down to getting your point across. We need to change the music here. This is no celebration right now. Why am I have a folder here called Celebratory. I'm in there right now for music. When I should be playing... Did you see that article? The Madden 21 franchise notes. They start out with face of the franchise. You gotta scroll, 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 and then the footnote at the end. Classic franchise updates. X factors. Bug fixes. 0 features. And then in the middle of the night last night, you get hashtag Fix Madden Franchise trending number 2 on Twitter in the United States. Let's play something a bit more neutral. It was number 1. It got there? Seriously. The way I look at it, you got 2 options here. Well, I guess you got more than 2. Will I be done with NCAA 14 after Kalispell? I don't think so, Blue Jackets. I like that game a lot, and I still think there's a lot of life in it. So, I think we all know at this point. Madden 21 features absolutely no brand new features for franchise mode. There are some universal updates to things like X Factors and depth charts, I guess. As far as franchise goes, you might as well be looking at Madden 21 right now. You might as well. So where do we go from here? Obviously, there is the hashtag going around. A lot of people talking about the game right now. And I think that is useful. I think that, you know, reputation does matter. And the way I've always viewed it is the NFL logo sells the game. MUT brings in the money after the fact. And franchise and authenticity in terms of gameplay determines the game's reputation. And I think, you know, joining in the hashtag, being vocal is useful as long as it's directed properly into the right people. Like, I think it's cool to, you know, a lot of creators are, of course, going to be speaking about this with their subscribers, their community, and spreading the whole sentiment, and that's useful. And I also think, like, public channels like, you know, their Twitter accounts. I would not advise you to, like, be tweeting at individual developers, largely because things are out of their control. They can't, you know, wake up one day and decide to work on franchise mode. They're given, you know, they're given their orders by really people we don't have easy access to. They're faceless suits to us. They're not the ones actually building the game. They're the ones making the decisions. So attacking developers in a negative way doesn't help anybody. It makes the cause look bad, if anything. It muddies the water too much. But certainly, you should voice your displeasure with the game. You can tweet at the EA Madden NFL Twitter. I know they have like 1,000 Twitter handles. And you can let them know what you think. And you should do so in a way that is direct. A way that gets your point across quickly, without being disrespectful or attacking any individual or anything. At the end of the day, we all want a better game. And we're not going to be getting it this year. And I think that, you know, beyond that, obviously, speaking with your wallet is important. That may mean that you don't buy Madden entirely. That may mean that you only buy the EA Access for $5 or whatever it is, $5, $10, and play the game for, what, 8-10 hours early? I don't remember how it works. But if you want to get your fix, see how it goes there, that's another route you could go. You could try the game for less than $60. EA created this revenue stream almost a decade ago where they let you pay to play the game early. It's hilarious, just the concept of it. Because the game's done. That should be the true release date. But $5-10 extra to pay it then, like they're doing you a favor. You can skip the game entirely. If you are going to get the game, I mean, I guess you can negatively contribute to their metrics by not playing Face of the Franchise, by not playing Ultimate Team. But I think the most powerful thing you can do is probably to not get the game if you don't support it. And then as a creator, you know, I've had to think, you know, what's my role in all of this as someone who creates franchise content, as someone who always gets the game and has never really considered otherwise. On one hand, I feel like it's a responsibility of mine to play the game and give you my thoughts. On the other hand, I can choose to not support the game, not talk about the news beforehand. Like, you know, I've always gone through in the past, like, deep dives and all that stuff. And I haven't made any videos on it. I haven't been interested in it. I haven't wanted to. They put out the article yesterday about franchise. And I didn't make a video about it. And still, I ended up covering all the news because there was none. So a lot of you have asked if I'm going to get the game, and honestly, I'm not deciding if I'm going to get the game. But at this point, I am not thinking about franchise content on Madden 21. Right now, I'm really enjoying my Broncos series. And I believe I could stick with this series. I've already planned on playing it into the fall and into the new consoles. Hey RJ, I appreciate you becoming a member on the channel. Thank you. But at this point, as a content creator, and as a general sentiment to other creators, I don't think Madden is in the kind of place where you need to solely be focused on playing the latest Madden. I think it helps. Obviously, like, a big reason why we put out news for the new Madden, a reason why we talk about it, a reason why we make videos when the game comes out is because it helps grow the community. People are searching for the game, and you're able to bring in a lot of new subs. And a lot of people do that way better than me. I am not a great YouTuber when it comes to the algorithm, when it comes to getting in search, recommended. I generally just do not even pay attention to that stuff because I know you guys show up. I enjoy the content that I make, and that's good enough for me. I make a living making franchise content on a variety of games. Obviously, Madden's been the big one since the very beginning. But I think as a general thing that I believe, and I would urge other creators, is that don't feel like you're boxed into the latest game or what's new. At the end of the day, if they're not updating franchise, you know, they're not going to be creating a game that people are going to be searching for franchise on Madden 21. If you're going to have to be creative when you make franchise content, and you know, sometimes that means you institute your own challenges and you throw your own spin on things. And that's something I've had to learn over the last few years, is that if they're not going to make the game as a creator, you still got a lot more power than you'll give yourself credit to make an interesting series, and it doesn't have to be on the newest game, is what I'm trying to say. So I've played NCAA now for almost 7 years. I've been playing NFL Head Coach, a game that I didn't play when it was new over 10 years ago, and now I've made a series of it, and a lot of you have enjoyed it, a lot of you have supported it. And you've always supported when I've gone to play older games. So as far as I view it right now, I'm not looking at playing Madden 21 franchise. I want to bring you guys some great franchise content, and I always like playing the newest games. Even Madden 20 franchise isn't like terrific, but I have fun playing it. But I don't think that you know, it's like, how can I support? I want to support the franchise community and what it takes to get a better game. And I think that, you know, playing the newest game obviously is kind of a conflict with that. And I do this for a living, so obviously it's in my best interest to do what is kind of popular and to try to grow with the newest game. And I've done that for years. But maybe at this point it's just time to look at all the franchise modes that are out there, all the different games, and say, okay, we got enough of a playground. Let's enjoy franchise our way, and let's not do it the same way anymore. I would support the channel, but I'm broke. Don't worry about it, Rashid. I mean, no one needs to send a super chat. No one needs to be a member. Y'all are here. Y'all are supporting me. That is more than enough. Never feel like you're obligated to do anything more from me. You don't owe me anything. Is Von Miller going to get his 20-sack goal? Is that like a public goal? He could do it. Get 2K. EA likes to make a lot of people mad and screw over the customer. 2K5 might have been one of the best games. I do have that game. There is supposed to be a franchise stream Thursday. They're going to cancel that. Or they're just going to show off face of the franchise and ignore classic. I don't even like the term classic franchise. I don't think they're holding on to any more information. I don't think so at all. You can't support a game that doesn't support our needs. Your sub will support anything you do because you're that good. Appreciate that, Josh. And then I think about the middle ground, which is like, you know, making content on Madden 21 at all, exploring gameplay changes, anything of that nature. I've always done that. But in a year where there is no changes to franchise mode, effectively zero change, does that change things at all for the approach? All I'm going to say right now is I am not really thinking about Madden 21 franchise mode. Does that mean I won't play the game at all? Won't explore anything with the gameplay? I don't know yet. But I think you're going to be watching the Broncos franchise here for a while yet. I talked with Blackjack yesterday about a couple things too regarding the series. Does this mean I won't be doing any sort of a rebuild on Madden 20? I guess I haven't decided, but I know that if I want new rosters, they're going to be out there. Yep, Franchise Guy said he make updated rosters for Madden 20. Saw that. I was never too worried about rosters because the way I play Franchise, I mean, I mess up these rosters within a few episodes anyway. Exactly, Blackjack. Classic. Ah, now I lost the comment. And the comments are flying here. Meanwhile, it's nothing like the franchise mode of 05 or 04. Yeah. What's so classic about this franchise? I think they'd like for us to believe that, you know, this is classic franchise, and I think they want us to play face of the franchise. It always rubbed me the wrong way that franchise is in the name, but I'm like, okay, it's about a quarterback. It makes sense. Patrick Mahomes on the cover, face of the franchise, face of the NFL. Face of the franchise is not and will never be franchise mode. Thank you, Vincent, for becoming a new member on the channel. I appreciate that very much. Madden 20 Moneyball series. Here's the thing. There are so many ways you could attack franchise mode. And I think that NCAA 14 has proved that if you're a creator and you got an idea and you flesh it out, there's still people that will support it. The thing about the franchise community is the franchise community doesn't care the number on the name of the game or the year it was made. As franchise fans, we know that the new story that we've been wanting to play or the new challenge can be done on really any game. You can go back to Madden 12 and play a solid franchise mode. They had a potential rating, though. I didn't like that. But yeah, I mean, not playing the newest game, not making franchise content on the newest game would not limit me creatively. You could play Madden 25 and we'd still watch. I don't think I want to play Madden 25. SMU Dynasty next, from Death Penalty to Champs. Axis Football 20 just released a lot on Franchise. I mean, now would be the time. Like Maximum Football, Axis. If you got Franchise info, drop it. You will never have an easier catapult for your indie football game than right now. July 1st. In support of a Madden 21 boycott as a fan since NCAA 12. Thank you, Peyton. My hope is that they're pouring all their resources into 2022, since it'll be the first game truly next gen. We'll see a major franchise overhaul then. Probably not, but I can hope. That's the thing. Like, the idea of an overhaul at this point, like, almost makes me uncomfortable, because overhaul kind of means starting over, and we know the pace EA moves at. It is not fast. Like, moving franchise in a connected franchise cost us features, I hope you all know. Madden 12 had some really cool stuff. Shall I boot up Madden 12? Actually, that might impact my syncing a little bit. I don't know. I have to unplug cords. I don't want to mess with my syncing. But Madden 12 had some features that we lost. I don't know if I could switch my PS4 to PS3 and have my sync match up and everything, guys. So I don't know if I can fire that up right now. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. But there were things such as rivalry history that would allow you to go back and look at the history of you against your division rivals. You could go look at league leaders and awards from prior seasons in the series. Like, overhaul has always meant that we lose things and don't get them back. That's why my message the last couple of years has been, stop building out, start building up. Okay, you put in some of these features that I'm okay with, but require more depth. Like, imagine that. We got things in here, such as scheme fit, coaching things, and yet there are no coaching staffs. You can go in here and you can edit your scheme and all that stuff. NCAA had coordinators in NCAA 14. NFL head coach 09 had every coordinator and position coach. They didn't just have OC and DC. You had to hire running backs coach, offensive line coach, and they all had an impact on your team. It's not even stuff we've never seen before that would make the game better. It's literally stuff that was already in the game that's gone. It's just wild, man. And here's the thing. I do believe that franchise is a profitable mode when you consider, you know, $60 a game. And I believe that the franchise community and those that look at authenticity with gameplay help direct the reputation for the game. And they create the narrative online for what Madden is. And I think there's a huge missed opportunity. Like, yeah, Madden sells well. They don't compete. They have the NFL license. Think about this, though. They have not had to compete for 15 years and still paid out what I imagine is a 9-figure, which would be, you know, 100 plus million. I don't know the number for sure, but I imagine an exclusive license for something like this would have to be in the high 8s or 9-figure number somewhere. They haven't competed in 15 years and still pay because they're that afraid of 2K and they're that afraid of competition. That's funny. You still got piss running down your leg over 2K that you will spend to not compete. Instead of making a game that no one wants to compete with. Because that could also be done. No one wants to compete with MLB. EA basically stopped competing with 2K basketball. You could make a game that they don't want to compete against, and you could make the franchise community happy. You could have your thriving online ecosystem. That's fine. I'm not mad at people who play MUT or face of the franchise. But why can't the whole game get love? I'm sorry I'm behind on super chats, everybody. Of course they care about money. But more importantly, they care about the ceiling for MUT, where you got people who will spend thousands of dollars on cards. It's not that franchise is a... I think they'd like us to believe that franchise is not a popular mode. And that is very far from the truth. It is Bobby Bonilla Day. It's one of my favorite days of the year, man. Bobby Bonilla gets his $1.8 million check or whatever it is from the Mets because they made one of the worst financial decisions. I love reading about it every July 1st. I need to catch up on some super chats here. Thank you all for the support this morning. It's been incredible. I support the decision. The only thing I want to see from the new game is the rookies, honestly. Maybe download a draft class to get them in the game. Yeah, people are going to make rosters. I mean, it's not going to be the only way you can play with, you know, Joe Burrow or your favorite rookie. I'm behind you, whatever you choose, Kane. I appreciate that, Babs. Appreciate the super chat, Marquise, Winston. Sad that we can't get Blackjack's classes anymore. He gave us a ton, though. And if Broncos franchise continues, we can go deeper into those stories and not just tell it with a long-term sim. How does that sound? We'll support you, Tane. Just please use a halfback toss. I don't like toss plays in this game because the lead blocking... I have a hard time trusting it. The further out from their position they are, I mean, the more risky it gets, Oscar. I appreciate the super chat, though. I have an idea for your next rebuild. Can you do a college-style offense and a defense like an air raid offense? I got some ideas for different schemes, Buffalo. I appreciate the suggestion. I personally am very excited for Face of the Franchise mode, but even that would benefit from a more in-depth classic franchise features. My dream has always been to play through a career, retire, and become a coach. Yeah, and that's fine, Foxworth. That's one of the things. Like, Face of the Franchise, they're relying a lot on what I would call disposable content. And that's the fact that, you know, they're making brand new, like, cutscenes and whatnot for the game. Like, to me, the idea of a sports game adding things that are relevant for 1 year and then are cut out and replaced, it's like, I can't even fathom that. You put out a game every year and you're going to put resources into things that aren't evergreen content? I know 2K does it, but they clearly do everything else at the same time. So it's easier to be like, okay, they're going to have a new My Career every year. They put a lot of resources into the game. But when Madden has almost nothing new, and most of the new stuff is not evergreen, it's going to be irrelevant within a year. I can't even fathom that. What random name generator do I use? There's like a fantasy name generator. I think that's what it's called. Why can't we get Blackjack's classes anymore? Last week there was a big storm. And the PS4 I was using that actually has Madden updated must have been fried in the storm because it ain't working. I might be able to replace the power supply on it if that's enough to fix it. But I don't stay updated on this Madden 20, okay? I'm not on the servers. I can't connect. I'm not on the newest patch. Therefore, I cannot access Madden Share and get any draft classes anymore. However, I have 5 years worth of draft classes, so we have so many players in our league. And what I plan on doing for the future is I will edit in a few of the players that we wanted, like Jason Slaughter. My plan is for the first CPU team that takes a running back, they get Jason Slaughter. I'll edit him after the draft. It doesn't mean we're not going to have some fun in the franchise. Make a video about Madden franchise. I wanted to come on here and stream because I didn't exactly know what I wanted to say for a video, and I thought a stream would be a little bit easier for me. I just retweeted something, by the way, Deuce Douglas. They can't say that our messaging hasn't been clear on what we would want from franchise. It's that they are not putting in the resources. They are ignoring the franchise community. Deuce Douglas laid the blueprint years ago. I'm not even sure how many years ago. His pinned tweet on his Twitter was posted July 12th, 2017, and it has everything we're looking for from franchise mode. It's not that our messaging has been unclear or that we're a disorganized community at all. My expectations are, one sec, I'll get to that in a second. I'm all for a Madden 12 franchise, if not doing Madden 21. I haven't made any final plans, Damon, on what I want to do for content. Besides, I want to keep going here with the Broncos. If you guys support it, I don't want to end it. My expectations were so low. If they only changed scouting, I would have been excited. We are starving for any features, and they sold us fixes. They're trying to green wave. They're trying to say that a patch is enough, and it's not even like a good patch. You know, other games, you know, if you guys play like Call of Duty Warzone, they put out a patch and the game dramatically changes sometimes. I guess not entirely, but they could do map changes. They could do some really big things in patches. This isn't even a good patch that we're getting. This is one that'll be put out in November, and we'd forget about it because half of it is bug fixes, not features. MLB The Show has no competition because they actually try to make the best baseball game. They laid the foundation for the best baseball game over a decade ago, and no one competes. Appreciate super chats, everybody. We're going to get to some franchise action here soon. Maybe franchise needs its own game like head coach. I mean, that'd be great, Marquise, but they don't want to even do updates here, let alone make a standalone title of some sort. Madden 20 was the first Madden game I played since 16. I bought it for franchise after getting into your channel, and it hasn't changed at all. Thank you, Danny. Last one for the day. If you do a Madden 12 franchise, please do a created team. Yeah, that was the last one where you could actually create a custom team. Now, we get the same relocation teams every single year. And I saw it pointed out, the high school teams are using the relocation logos. Like, they will recycle that content. Oh, man. That's the most environmentally friendly recycling I've ever seen, is what EA is doing with relocation teams in Madden. Unbelievable. Play Madden 08 on PC, best Madden ever. I've never played it on PC, but if there's a way for me to get to it, I think I'm interested, Tommy. Thank you, Vin and Ryan, for the super chats as well. Man, you guys are on fire. Over almost 1,000 people in here. It's morning. I never stream here. I don't even announce my streams anymore. I just show up, and whoever's here, we rock. Madden 08 on the Wii had more franchise features than Madden 20. The Wii! You used to throw like this, and it had more features. It didn't even have, like, the sensors inside to take care of it. You had to have a camera, a sensor on top of your TV so you could throw like that, and it had more features? Madden 08 on Wii was actually kind of fun. I'm not sure if it's 08. I might have played 09. Been here since Herschel Walker Heisman Challenge in NCAA 13. I've never seen that comment in my life. I came here from the Herschel Walker Heisman Challenge. I don't even know if I finished that. Heisman Challenge was a cool idea, though. That was definitely a decent idea. 08 has Favre, right? Nope, that was Vince Young. 09 was Favre. Vince Young. Do a Packers rebuild. If they come out and they all of a sudden drop a bunch of new franchise features, I'll do a Green Bay Packers Madden franchise, and I'll stream the very first episode with me wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey and one of those ridiculous cheese heads. Balls in your Cordier. I know I need to catch up on head coach. I've been really behind the last couple weeks. I'm sorry about that. I think I'm going to do some head coach episodes that are outside of streaming to get a little bit more of that going on the second channel. I think we all know there's no sense in continuing to rehash everything about, what do we think about Madden 21, what do we think about franchise mode. Said my piece on that. Go Pack, go. No, Pee-wee, no. I thought you sent your last super chat. You had to send another one just to say go Pack, go? At the end of the day, this mode has been cast aside for a decade, and we're still here. We're still here clamoring for more of it. More in franchise mode. Features. Build up what's already here. We're not going anywhere. You're not funneling us into mud. It's not going to happen. Not the way you think. We want franchise. And I think a lot of us, I don't want to, say I speak for all of you because, maybe you play Ultimate Team. That's fine. I don't think you're a bad person for playing Ultimate Team. It's what you enjoy. And I think there's room for all of us to enjoy what we like in this game. But we're here because we love franchise mode. We love franchise mode, even though we've not played a great franchise mode in a very long time in a football game. There are things that franchise does now that are really good, and it's a shame that there's not more to support it. The fact that, you can go find an undrafted player, you can have him on the practice squad for a couple years, you can upgrade him, and then all of a sudden, he gets a chance to play. You put up numbers, he gets a development upgrade, he wins awards, he gets the XP. Why do you need face of the franchise when the entire mode exists with players who go from undrafted, late round to stars? They created a system that allows for that. And that's one of my favorite things about modern franchise, is that's actually done fairly well. But it's a shame there's no wear and tear system or a real morale system, and contracts are so simple, and scouting is a joke. Do I play some games off stream? Not really sports games. I do all that in content. I think we should get to franchise soon here. Thank you all for being here today. Again, I'll reiterate what I said at the beginning. You know, I would, tweet at the EA Madden NFL handle. I don't know all the EA run ones. I would not talk to the developers, First of all, they're not going to give you the answer you want. And a lot of them, what are they going to do? It's their job. They're given orders from way up the chain. It's out of their hands. It's not that they can't do it or that they don't want to. It's that they have a job to do and they have to do it. It's what they do. It's how they make their living. So don't attack individual developers, and don't be disrespectful in general anyway. You're better off being silent than being not constructive. Because the messaging needs to be clear. Franchise mode needs to be fixed. We love this mode, and there's not just a few of us here wanting to play it. It's a lot more than they want to admit. I think that's enough for that. What's going on with Blackjack classes? I talked about this earlier. The PS4 that I was using to grab those files that has Madden updated doesn't work anymore. And I don't update the one on my main console here because I don't want to play on the newest patch. I have a patch that I like playing on. I have sliders. I'm done. Not a beta tester. Playing this patch, these sliders. I'm sad to hear that it's likely won't be going to 21. I have an active user connected franchise that's been active since 18, and there's no way I won't be getting 21. Too much fun not to. Yeah, I mean, even in a subpar franchise mode, you can have fun. That's the thing. What other games that are that flawed can you enjoy just because franchise mode, its nature, the way that it can replicate things that happen in real life and the stories that we make in these series is powerful. You can ignore a mode for 10 plus years, do next to nothing for it, and it's still the only thing we want. Muscle, appreciate the super chat as well. Oh man. The tutorial for scouting makes me laugh every time. Click the player, hit a button 3 times, and bam, you're done until the draft. Yep, until combine numbers are out. What are the QB ratings for Quack? They are pretty low. He didn't have really good throwing ratings in NCAA. All right, guys, we're gonna get to focusing on the series here. I'm glad. Actually, these are like Dustin Payments ratings almost. The way Blackjack rated him, pretty interesting. So, I'm just glad that the community has come together right now. Just to get this message across. Now, when I post this stream to the channel, I'm probably going to cut off the intro here the first like 50 minutes because I think that, well, I don't know. Because I don't think people watching the stream back, they're going to be watching mostly for the preseason here. This is part of my series. I'll probably cut off the intro. I think it's done its part here. And we'll carry on into the franchise. Or leave it. I don't know. Omari, thank you for becoming a member on the channel. I appreciate that. Leave it? Alright, I'll just leave it. Yeah, I can put like a little timestamp in the description. They can always fast forward. All right, guys. Here in the preseason with the Denver Broncos, I've played 2 games. And they were kind of sloppy games. Preseason always ends up being pretty sloppy. I actually went yesterday and deleted my profile and got back into the game. Sometimes when animations just feel a little bit off and the gameplay isn't quite right, I like to just delete the profile and just rebuild everything and get back into Madden. It's a buggy game. I can't tell you why. It works sometimes and whatnot, but I do that when things don't seem right. So far, we've played 2 games here in the preseason. The first one I actually played during the channel member live stream on Sunday, and I did not play very well. Threw like 6 interceptions in this game or something. 5. Couldn't complete passes with Kyle Dillon, by the way. It was impossible. Didn't really run the football much in this game. Schaffer, 4 for 29. And you'll notice Hakeem Butler, 394 and 1. One of the greatest developments thus far in the preseason has been Hakeem Butler. And I will show you partially why he has broken out in a moment. Eric Palmer, really good in this game. Stephon Charles. We actually had a lot of pass rush in this one with a couple interceptions as well. And you'll see all these highlights in my preseason episode that's coming. But yesterday I played another game. We dropped 45 on the Cleveland Browns. Jason Murray had some really good moments in this game. Now, he's still very inconsistent with his accuracy, but down the field, man, he's just so much fun. What do you notice here? Sung-Ho Kwok, 6 for 57 and a touchdown in this game. He had a 45-yard touchdown run. You will see in the episode. Receiving, Tyrone Houston. There is a 53-yard pass. You're going to love it when you see it in the episode. By the way, I want to present something without comment. We may have a new breakout player on this team. I love franchise, man. It needs to be fixed, but I love franchise mode. Would you like if Madden did 1-year wonders like Peyton Hillis had 1 year, mid to high 80s, and then take a huge drop off, maybe an injury or something that happened? I've long thought about how you implement that, and I don't know what the exact process is, but it's going to take something that makes ratings a bit more dynamic. In a perfect world, I would like it if ratings were more variable to a player's play, like their statistics. I like performance-based progression and regression, and I would like to see a more aggressive approach. But yeah, Sung-Ho Kwok had some amazing moments in that game. And keep in mind, he's not even supposed to be a good returner. I have to scroll this far to find him. I just wanted to give him a chance to see, you know, what kind of an athlete is he with the ball in his hands. That's why I had him as a punt returner. It was a way to get him some chances. And he's earned more. I guess his 40 return rating, like, he would probably muff some punts. Blackjack didn't give him much love here with the return rating, sadly. Oh, I gotta show you something else I did. I made a trade. The Jets offered me 3 picks for Brandon McManus. 2 7s and a 5. We have our new kicker on the team. Anybody signing Adam Kane? No. We're going to play 2 games here, John. I know it's been taking a while. I'll have to talk about this morning. And the last things I wanted to show you here. These happened very early in the first preseason game. Deion Price will not play until the regular season, and Colt Sully is missing even more time. He's on danger of going on IR if I need to open up the roster spot. So that's partially why Tyrone Houston's gotten some more chances and why Hakeem Butler got the chance, and he's likely our wide receiver 3. Any other big injuries in our league? Mixon for 4 weeks. Just want to see what's going on with other teams. Ooh, Towns. Ooh, that's a big one. Broken tailbone. Just looking for potential storylines to follow. Hey, Stefan, I appreciate you becoming a member on the channel. Thank you for that. Oh yeah, one more thing. I never, mixed this in with my whole franchise talk earlier. But another thing I think that is very important is to obviously support creators that show how awesome franchise mode can be. So I will, I want to find more creators that are doing franchise and do what I can to help support them, because I want to see more creators play these modes, do cool things with them, show off your ideas, and succeed in doing so. But I will say that if they're not going to change franchise mode and make it interesting, if you're a content creator and you focus on this mode, it now falls on you to work outside the box a bit and make your series do things the game doesn't already create. That may be, your own personal storylines, that may be some certain house rules or a challenge that you place upon yourself. You've got to show what this game can do using features that aren't even in it. All right, Murray. Give me some short accuracy. Give me that +3. Nope, he doesn't want to throw it short. That's not Murray's game. He don't care about the 4-yard passes. At all. He's pretty good at it too. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate all your support. You just being here, all the comments. If there's any good that came out of the franchise announcement yesterday, it's that it brought us all together for hopefully a unifying message that they can't ignore. No problem, Mike. I just wanted to go live this morning. I did want to talk about Madden 21 and franchise, and this is how I like to do it. If I had to do a video, it's just easier for me to do it like this. And plus, I get to hang out with all of you and then play some franchise, and I got to get some gameplay anyway. This is 3rd preseason game. Again, if you obviously, channel members got to watch the first game in that stream, and then I played the second one on my own. I will have the highlights from those games in the episode I do. I'll edit all that stuff. Rex Grossman. You think Jason Murray looks up to Rex Grossman? All right, I guess we're getting the football first here, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the Broncos franchise. Sung-Ho Kwok through the middle. Oh, come on. So this is the third preseason game, so it's a chance for the starters to play a lot. I don't know if I really will play them all 3 quarters, because there's just more players I want to get playing time. But yeah, I've been using Hakeem Butler quite a bit, trying to see what he can handle, and he just goes up and he gets the football. He's a lot of fun. We can throw it up to him when we got the chance. Just checking out my matchups here. How's the volume, everybody? Do I need to lower it a little bit? I know I messed with it the other day. I dropped it a few decibels, so let me know how that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off music. User catches, I'm not going to switch on to players, but I will do the you know, the rack, possession, and aggressive stuff. Any Warzone today, Kane? Nah. Busy, Hufer. We got other things to do. We gotta get out of there. Oh, let's go! Outside the pocket, Leighton knows how to improvise. I can't believe I made that play right there. How do I get to the wheel instead of showing the X factors? I'll show you. Right trigger, and then left trigger. That brings up all this information. That was the NCAA 14 special, exactly. Oh, I didn't think the linebacker was going to get such a good jam on him there. And the pressure has been pretty tough to deal with, too, in this preseason. Obviously, we don't have Trent Williams anymore, so the line is a bit worse. Gotta really focus on getting the ball out a little bit quicker, I think. I don't always do that here in preseason because I'm just trying to make plays and see the players and their limitations. I want to see what Butler can do. Yes! Hakeem Butler's been doing that all preseason, everybody. Price is not taking his spot. It's just not happening. Dalton Schultz at tight end. I've been enjoying using him so far. There we go. Down to the 1. And then Jason King. King in the eye. He does a really good job blocking. This is all Madden with sliders, indeed. And that's how the sausage is made. Not bad. By the way, Rory's leg is really freaking strong. We no longer have Brandon McManus. Here's his kickoffs. With a little bit of wind. We're not even going that high on the meter. Bang! That's still a touchback. Marquand Clifford! There he is! He caught it! All right, let's see what Jimmy G has in store here. He's still the starter for San Francisco. Does Clifford start? We'll find out here. Do catching ratings affect kickoffs at all? No, but the return rating does. I know it does on punts. On kicks, I think so, but you don't really see those muffed at all or bobbled. There he goes. Yeah, Matt Breida, if you miss him, he's just gone. We almost got him. Yep. Breida's dangerous in this game. Matt Breida is like when Chris Johnson ran for 2,000 yards. Hey man, been following you since your Vikings franchise. Always play your live streams in the background when playing NCAA 14. I don't want to butcher the pronunciation here. I took Spanish a long time ago, but I don't even know. It must be some sort of greeting from Mexico. I'm going to get that translated here. I appreciate the super chat, though, very much. Yeah, greetings from Mexico. Saludos. How would I pronounce the second word there? Desde Mexico. I appreciate it. I just find it sad that EA is ignoring a mode that a generation of gamers grew up playing. It's what got me not only into football, but video games. If it weren't for Madden franchise, like, that was what got me in to games and football. Franchise mode. It means a lot to me. That was pretty good, Kane. I'm doing my best. I'm not taking hits with Leighton here in preseason. Not if I don't have to. All right. Did I miss circle for a touchdown? Let me see. Me missing an open touchdown. That doesn't sound like me, does it? You know, honestly, against certain coverages, I don't even read the deepest route because I'm like, all right, why wouldn't it be covered? But sure enough, safeties didn't know where he was. How did I fleece the Jets? They offered. So what I did first is I tried to trade McManus manually. And I went through every team, and they had a red interest. Okay? So they didn't have any. Like, I tried to trade them to the Vikings, and they, like, the bar wouldn't even budge. And, all of a sudden, I got an offer. After a game. It wasn't even when I simmed. It was after a game. The Jets had an offer for me. Here we go. The deep ball. And he's open! Vashawn Wright! To the 5. There we go. That's the rookie. Beautiful protection on that play, too. No, not play action. Touchdown, Donovan Jennings. Pretty fun. Hey, Justin Payne scored a touchdown down below. How do I control my defense? I just hold L1 and let them do their thing. Let the ratings control the outcomes. Leighton isn't playing like a game manager anymore. Nope, he's evolved. We had to be patient, though. How far could Rory kick this? I just want to know. Bang. I want to see the ball. Off the crossbar. The Bears have offered a trade for Rory Harlot Swinton. Harlot Swinton. All right, now we got to stop Matt Breida. Do they still have Nick Bosa? I would imagine so. We don't see those high-profile players switch teams too often here in franchise. Getting a little ahead of yourselves there. I still have nightmares of the double doink. That's okay. It's an experience that will harden your soul. You're stronger because of it. All right, get in their faces now. Garoppolo, third down. Ah, knocked away. Beautiful. All right. Not bad. Favorite Viking player right now? My favorite player on the team right now would probably have to be Daniil. Hey, Alex, I appreciate you becoming the newest member on the channel. Thank you for showing your support. I love Daniil Hunter. Also love Harrison Smith. You know, great defensive backs. Always one of my favorite players generally. But I really like Daniil because he came into the league as the youngest player in the league, as a player who did not have much pass rush production at LSU. And now he's a huge star, one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. We're rolling away. Where am I going with this one? I'm keeping it. That's my football. There goes Leighton. Wait, how did he get hurt? Hey, Nathan, thank you for becoming a member. Kane, I've had a hard time with realistic gameplay for my franchise because computer QBs are accurate no matter what on the sliders I run, and offense is just way too easy for me. What do I do? Yeah, QBs are generally going to be very accurate in Madden. You can take a look at the coverage sliders that I use or the ones that are in Matt 10's newest set. They've been pretty decent for the last few patches, and mostly what it does is it'll create better spacing between the DBs and the wide receivers so that there are more hits at the catch point, more passes broken up, and that's going to be where you get more of your incompletions from. I don't know how Locker got hurt here. We're already back here. All right. We're going back to the one. What if Leighton got hurt on a late hit? We're franchise players. We just continue the story. That's what we do when bad things happen. Just can't get that yard. Thoughts on Terry McLaurin? Really solid young receiver. Nice find for Washington. lot more productive last year than I expected. How do I feel about the Cardinals' playoff chances? You know, I think they're going to be one of those borderline wildcard teams. Kyler Murray's a lot better than I thought he was going to be. I still think that, you know, it's a really young team, and they've got to do a lot on both sides of the football. But with Murray, with DeAndre Hopkins there now, I think they're going to be an annoying team to face at the least. I could see them going like 9-7 and missing the postseason. Thoughts on the Cowboys salary cap situation? I guess I'm not really aware of where it's at. Flag down. Can't imagine they have a ton. They got 11 million in cap space. I guess I don't think much of it. I think that, you know, if they, that's including the Dak Prescott $31.4 million cap number. I think if they wanted to go make a move for someone like Clowney, they could even afford it. I don't think they're in a bad spot. If they wanted to save, best opportunity would be cutting Tyrone Crawford, it looks like. Hey, Kane, big fan of the Minnesota Twins franchise. Do you think you'll do one for MLB The Show 20? Also, what are your thoughts on the upcoming MLB year? I appreciate Super Chat. At this point, I don't know if I'll do anything with MLB 20. You know, I got enough to work on right now, and not really feeling the show right now. And I think part of that has to do with there being no baseball season to this point, but I guess we'll see if everything, you know, goes smoothly and we're able to get a shortened season. I mean, if they did like a update to the game that gave you the chance to do whatever season they're going to do in real life, I think that'd be really interesting and fun to play with. But as far as a regular franchise goes, I don't have any plans for that right now. Jimmy. Look at Jimmy G. Who starts with the Pats? Cam or Stidham? I got to go Cam. Like, first of all, I can't believe how little Cam signed for. I thought, you know, I thought he would deserve at least 15 as like the floor. But obviously, the longer things go, the less he was bound to get. And I guess he was only offered a deal from one team. I just... You know how easily we could look back at this months from now and look at this being as one of the biggest missed opportunities of the last decade for the NFL? For teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars that don't have long-term quarterback stability to potentially sign a franchise quarterback for very little money, and instead the New England Patriots of all teams are the team that gets Cam Newton. That could very easily become the narrative. I know there are health concerns with Cam. Ooh. But I can't imagine they're so severe that it's not worth a shot at seeing if he could be your franchise quarterback if you don't have one already. Who starts for the Bears? I gotta say Foles. I mean, I saw Trubisky last year, and you know what immediately came to mind? Christian Ponder. And I think when quarterbacks take that step back and they struggle that way, I just can't remember a quarterback getting out of that mode. Where they're not comfortable, they're not seeing the field clearly, and they've basically... they've regressed so much. I don't think I've seen a quarterback ever come back from it. Yeah, it could exactly be like the Foles, the Castle Ponder scenario. And when Castle showed up in Minnesota, his play was a breath of fresh air. And then 2014, when he was the starter, a lot of people, I don't believe that I ever said this, but a lot of people thought the Vikings could be a wild card team with Castle. That was probably mostly Viking fans that were being very optimistic, and that was not a good call. Ah. But when I think about Cam Newton, what comes to mind for me is this growing belief of mine that we have actually reached the point in the sporting community where we are overrating efficiency. I think with the advent of more advanced statistics and the numbers games that go on and the way that people view football and evaluate it, I believe we've actually gotten to the point where efficiency is overrated, and the peaks with certain players have become somewhat ignored. Like, to me, the biggest negative for Cam's play was always, he's not accurate, which I don't believe. I don't think he's the most accurate quarterback, and perhaps on shorter throws, he's not the best. But I know that the MVP Cam and the seasons he's put around that season, Cam reaches that high level of play that I think focusing on efficiency metrics tends to ignore. Or at least miss. We're going for Butler. Nope. Or right. I thought Butler was lined up out there. Must have subbed out. And when I think about the highs with Cam, that's why I can't believe that someone didn't sign him earlier for a bigger contract. Oh no. I disagree. I think Cam as a pure pocket passer is a great quarterback. I think the running has always been extra. I don't think he needs it as much as people think. I think his arm is more important. His ability to fit those tight windows downfield and force the defense to defend so much space, I think, is what makes Cam the most valuable. I don't think Stidham's on the way out. I just think that they had a chance to get Cam, and there was no reason not to sign him. I mean, at the worst, it fails. But like I've always said, like a one-year deal basically has no risk. It either works or it doesn't, and there's no future, penalty. If he doesn't play well in preseason or training camp, then you start Jarrett Stidham. It's fine. But I gotta believe that Cam Newton's gonna be very good when he gets the chance this year. Especially with a good offensive mind like Josh McDaniels. I think the weapons he'll have this year are better than the weapons he had his MVP season, which, he didn't have the best supporting cast when he won MVP. My kicker looks like a linebacker because Blackjack made him with the idea, the backstory, that he was a former rugby player. So he does have tackling ability and some good speed and everything. Cam will outperform Brady this year, my bold prediction. I'm not even sure that's bold. I think that Cam could definitely do it. But we'll see. I know I'm cheering for him. Nope, I want this one. See ya. And now we got to go spin. My main concern with Cam is the shoulder. And, I'm hoping that it's 100% again. But I guess there's no way of knowing right now. Oh, come on. Just release the football. Oh, yeah, Bosa's on the team still. Who will get comeback player of the year? Cam. I missed super chat. My bad. Let me throw a deep ball to Hakeem Butler quick. Can he get it? Ah, it's intercepted. Basically an arm punt. What's going on, Rec? Hey, Kane just woke up. Sorry if this was asked already, but with Newton signing with New England, is Buffalo's division to lose, or does Newton change that? To me, it makes New England the favorites again. Until I can see that Cam isn't Cam. Woo! Just got here, but are you considering continuing franchise on Madden 20? Because 21 is just going to be a patch update. Not sure if you already answered this. I did talk about it quite a bit earlier in the stream. And as of right now, my plan is to keep going with the Broncos franchise. I think there's still so much I could do with it. Uh-oh. Careful. Matt Breida. Thoughts on the Eagles this year? Damon, I think the Eagles are in a pretty good spot, but I think the Cowboys are going to be some pretty tough competition for them. I imagine it'll be those two fighting for the division lead. I give the edge to Dallas. I mean, I'm buying into all the offensive firepower. I'm also buying into Dak if he plays on the franchise tag, having a pretty good season. But as far as Philly goes, I'm really excited to see... Jamari. Really excited to see how they handle Miles Sanders this year, because with Doug Peterson, they've always been very focused on running back by committee. And with Sanders, I wonder if that's changing a bit. Because I think he's certainly good enough to get like 15 touches a game. And not have to split time as much as some others. Dark Horse MVP candidates? To me, it would have to be a team really rising from somewhere because of one individual player. If I had to give... If you want a real dark horse, I would say someone like Kyler Murray. I could see Murray having a really, really big season. And if they do well in that division, I think there's opportunity. The Rams aren't that great. I think San Francisco is going to be tough, but I think they take a little step back. And Seattle's always pretty strong. I would also agree with that, Matt Ryan. I think people have kind of forgot about the Falcons, and they haven't been very good since their Super Bowl run. But last year, when it looked like Dan Quinn was going to be fired, they really turned the team around, and they played really well against teams like the Saints, and the defense got so much better. and Quinn kept his job. And I mean, we're all buying into the offense of theirs, and we have for years. Matt Ryan is still there. Julio Jones is still there. Their offensive line is really young, and I imagine it could be a lot better this coming season. Touchdown. Still got a lot of questions about their defense, but the Falcons, I think, are slept on a little bit too much, and I could see them winning the NFC South. Not saying it's the most likely outcome, but it shouldn't be dismissed. Yeah, Josh Allen, he could put up some big numbers. He was better last year than I expected him to be. Baker Mayfield, he seems locked in. Yeah, I think after everybody bought into the Browns last year and they weren't that good, they're probably going to get zero love this year. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to from this upcoming season. There we go. Who would I rather have at 20 mil, Trubisky or Dalton? Definitely Andy Dalton. Oh, man. Thought maybe I could squeeze that one in. There we go. What game is this? We're playing Madden 20. Playing Broncos franchise. Been live now for an hour and a half. There we go. Making some plays. I look at Ayuk as more of the replacement for Debo while he's down. I'm excited to see Brandon Ayuk, though. I know I was super high on him, so I definitely want to see him do well. Oh, man. Yep, it's preseason. Waited too long. Yeah, DeForest Buckner. Every year I have the same preseason schedule, and Buckner even plays with the backups. Like, I'm so tired of playing against him. He's just too good. Cornerback blitz. I didn't have the time. That long animation. What defensive playbook are you using? I made my own playbooks. And I can't share them if they're not on there now, because I don't keep my game updated, so I can't put them on the Madden share. But I don't think my playbook is all that customized. I can get by with pretty much any 4-3 defensive playbook. It's just some don't have the nickel packages that I like. Like here I can go 3-3-5 a couple different ways, double A gap. Just like having that variety. There's a few different personnel changes here that it features. What do I think about the Raiders this season? I wouldn't say I have super high expectations of them right now. But they were better last year than I expected them to be, but they kind of fell off after a while. Just want to see if, you know, this is year 3, right, with Gruden, if there's a leap. And it's year 2, I think, of Mayock calling the shots. How do I make my own playbook? You do it at the main menu. There's a customize option for you to make a playbook. You start with one as a base, an existing playbook, and then you can add and remove stuff as you please. I'm going to switch out running backs. I don't know why the preseason games don't change. They're the same matchups every year for some reason. Not a fan of that. Swapping out some more players. I've seen enough of Leighton too. He's been really good in this game. Let's see Jason Murray out there. That is Anthony Hampton. We signed him away from the Cincinnati Bengals. Doesn't have, I don't think he's as explosive as like Donovan Jennings, but he has pretty good top end speed overall. Ooh, that's normally an interception for me, but Jason Murray's got the rocket arm and he makes the throw. Who wants to see Jason Murray throw long? Who wants to see Murray? Oh, wait. Why did you cut off your route like that? That was so weird. Not what I expected him to do. Hey, Kamar, I appreciate the super chat. I'm just joining the stream. Been a fan of yours since Panthers franchise. Enjoy the content. Any thoughts on Madden 21 franchise? Keep up the good work. Talked about it a lot today. Not very happy with it. And at this point, you know, I'm not really thinking about plans for a Madden 21 franchise. I think I want to continue playing Broncos, and I'll have fun playing franchise if they support it or not. All right, I need some time, though. There it is for Butler. Oh, he lost the ball. What's going on, Swami? How you doing? Not the best punt. I want to get JT Granger a few more snaps, too. And I also want to see less of Von Miller here in the preseason. Just bringing in the subs a little bit earlier because getting impatient. I want Trey Betts out there. Thank you, Weston. I'm glad you're enjoying the streams.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Oh, man. Over the head of Jamari. I just want to see an interception, man. At this point, like an interception, I don't care if it's off a tip, if it's a bad read, a great play. I just want to see Jamari get an interception. This is Ty Zimmerman at this point in the Rams franchise. Hey, it's Clifford. No major injuries since the first game, no. It's still just Price and Sully. Down you go. Do I think EA still has time to add franchise features? On one hand, kind of, just because like some of the things that we're asking for are not the most complex things. I don't think would take, you know, a million hours to implement. For big changes, though, yes. Ooh, Clifford can't hang on. Akinjide's there. Solid. How you doing, Anderson? Yep, this is game 3. All right, so more Jason Murray now. And all Murray wants to do is throw the ball downfield, but he's got to get better at these crossing patterns and whatnot, too. Here we go. Here we go. Tyrone Houston! Oh, out of reach. Oh, man. When I see someone open downfield with Murray, it's like, I know he can get the ball there. Jameis Winston thoughts? I'd like to see him get another shot somewhere. I don't know if a change of scenery would really help. I know he's with the Saints now, backing up Drew Brees. I don't know what to say about Jameis. I mean, you can't look away when he's playing. That's for sure. 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. They're video game numbers. Winston is like 75% of Madden gamers. But I don't know how you get more disciplined play out of him. How you cut down some of these mistakes. Because, like, his success does partially rely on making those really difficult throws and the big-time plays. But it's like on those plays, the good and bad both occur. It's not like there's just one area of the game you could focus on more so to cut down the mistakes, I think, without also sacrificing the things that he does well and the plays he does make. And especially when he had a supporting cast as good as he did. I mean, how many interceptions did Mike Evans save over the years? How many incompletions were saved with him, Chris Godwin, Howard, Brait? Last year, Brashad Perriman was really good. I mean, they had pretty deep offense. I think the NFC South is pretty wide open, honestly. I could see it being either the Saints, the Falcons, or the Bucks. I guess I'm most comfortable saying the Saints just because they've had such little change and they've been really good the last few years. But I do have concerns about Brees' arm at this point. But with Kamara, Michael Thomas, and Emmanuel Sanders, those are all players that I think partially mask some of those issues. Wow, we just got a touchback. Nope, that was a safety, actually. My bad. That was a safety. I can't believe that. Oh, boy. What's going on, DJ South? Glad to see you here. Can't believe I had a safety on that. I want to see it again. Oh, that was the wrong play. I have to run this one first. I've talked a bit about Cam to the Pats. To me, it makes the Pats the favorites in the East again. Until I see that Cam isn't the quarterback he once was. If I see that shoulder's 100%, like, that's the only way I could look at it, is that they are the team to beat, and the NFL made a big mistake. And by the NFL, I mean the other 31 teams. So, technically, this is the right move. Wait. I don't know if I should have been a safety. I think I should be out of bounds at the 1. That's a head scratcher right there. Not so much disrespecting the Bills. I think they're still a really good team, but I think Cam is an exceptional quarterback. And if he's thrown onto that team with that great defense and the legacy they've had now for 2 decades and how consistently good they were and were good last year, it's like that's the only outcome I can, you know, favor. Matt Breida. Really good. Hey, David. Thank you for the super chat. Been a fan since Rams franchise. Love the content. Any thoughts on who wins the AFC South this year? That's a weird one, man. I think right now I'd feel pretty good about Tennessee, but part of me still wants to say like Houston just because Deshaun Watson's really good. But I don't know. I think that the Colts could be interesting, but I don't think Rivers is going to have a really great season or anything. To me, Tennessee is the most complete team in that division. And the Texans have just had so much change. Unless they have this incredible running game that we're just not ready for. Like, Bill O'Brien could emerge as the genius of 2020. That's the kind of year it's been. You can't just discount the idea. I think Indy has a path there. But I guess I kind of doubt Rivers a little bit. What's interesting is just like we got these veterans that are going to new teams in this kind of an offseason. I just want to see how everything like gels in the beginning. It all depends, you know, do we get the same preseason games that we're used to, training camp? I guess we have to see how things go in the next few weeks around the country. But I mean, I feel like the more things aren't normal and the more things end up PD Jensen fumbled. Like, the more the offseason is in this upheaval, the more it favors teams that didn't have a lot of change and don't have to work on a new scheme or chemistry between quarterback and receivers. It's a little bit too early to say, but the greatest edge could end up becoming not changing in 2020. What if 2020 is the year of the running back? Because no one's getting to build the chemistry up normally, quarterback, receiver. And so every team's going to come in and just run the football. The running game is back in 2020. Touchdown. Maybe. Nice play. Petey Jensen. What's my injury slider at? I think 45. Hey, thank you for becoming a member, Uriel. Hope I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you for showing your support. I just don't buy that Tannehill has become a great quarterback suddenly. I mean, he was pretty good last season. But obviously, Derrick Henry was so big in their run as far as they made it. But I think Tannehill gave them much better play than Mariota. So I wouldn't discount Tannehill too much. What happened to Corey Davis, by the way? I thought he was going to have a really big year, and then it was A.J. Brown, who I also thought was going to be really good, but not quite that good, quite that fast. Tua will be Rookie of the Year over Joe Burrow. I can see it happening. I mean, Cincinnati has a long way to go as a team. But, you know, if Jonah Williams comes in after his injury last year and plays well, and then you got Mixon and Green and Boyd, like, you know, Burrow could have a decent little supporting cast in his rookie season. How about that throw? How about that throw to Tyrone Houston? That's Kyle Dillon. Who wants to see Sean Schaffer? I like Jerry Jeudy a lot. I was shocked that he made it to the Broncos. I think that with Jeudy, too, he's so versatile. He can do whatever you want with him, and I think what's going to be his likely role is going to be as the slot and underneath receiver, kind of replacing Emmanuel Sanders, and then that allows Sutton and Fant to stretch and stress the defense. Didn't play out how I thought it would in my franchise, but I think that you're going to see some big things from them this season. I still want to see more Jason Murray today. Oh yeah, KJ Hamler also is a deep threat with great speed. Like, I want to see that offense just attack downfield. Like, Drew Lock should have legit, like, close to 5,000 yard season, I think. Oh, Braden Hodges. You got to catch those to make the team. Like, Fant is best going vertical. Hamler is going to be best going vertical. And Sutton as well. Oh, man. Let's go for it. Locke should be putting up the long ball this season. Jeudy can go deep too. But unless they're running 4 verts every play, someone's got to do the underneath work. Vashawn Wright. Wow. Second really nice play he's made in this game. Yeah, they got Lindsey and Gordon. Like, that team on offense is so fun and deep. Nice catch, Jackson. He's an undrafted receiver I signed. Probably going on the practice squad. Yeah, I never have a good completion percentage with Murray. Like, his accuracy isn't great, and plus he's not throwing to starting caliber receivers. They don't make a lot of the tough plays. Ooh. If you check Madden share, I think I have at least one of my Bucks playbooks up there. I'm not sure what it'd be called. Ah, bad throw. Bad idea to throw. Yeah, I'm going for it. Preseason, we have fun. The short accuracy's got to go up. Why couldn't it get better? Thoughts on Jamal Adams? He's a beast. He's an incredible safety. Not much you can't do with him. Very interested if he gets traded, but I don't know. It'd be fun to see him in Dallas, though. I think that'd be a blast. Unless you're a Jets fan. Or an Eagles fan or a Giants fan. Look at Petey Jensen. Shredding. Oh yeah, DJ. I'm gonna tell you what the Chargers are like. I mean, that team. Ugh. They just find themselves in the worst situations and find the strangest ways to lose. Oh! There we go. We got a pick. Last year at the Chargers, like, every week was like, there's no way they do it again. Nope, they're doing it again. Wait, I didn't decline. I didn't decline the penalty. Whoops. Can I get another one? I'm just so used to accepting penalties. Like, how often have you intercepted a pass where there was an offensive holding call? It caught me off guard. Get him. Jensen. Yeah, it's only preseason, not a big deal. I also had a safety, a bad one. Uh-oh, that is wide open. So I guess we got to score. My bad. They're kicking from midfield now.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All we gotta do is get to the end zone now. I'm just trying to anticipate there that he'll get good leverage off the cut. Can I get a fumble, please? Let's get in press coverage. Well, with Jefferson, I'm not really expecting him to immediately give us, like, Diggs production or anything. But I think that, one thing I didn't really consider, like, I thought the whole plan was going to be, okay, Thielen takes the slot because that's what he's done, and that's where he's been really good. And they'll draft somebody that stretches the field, and there were a lot of receivers that could do that, whether it's T. Higgins or Michael Pittman and many others. Instead, they go with Justin Jefferson, who is arguably one of the better slot receivers in the draft. And so now my thought is that Jefferson gets the slot and Thielen's the downfield receiver, which makes a lot of sense. Thielen more so takes over Diggs' role, and Jefferson takes over Thielen's role. That's kind of my new thinking with that. And I think oftentimes that slot role is easier to step into for some young players that had the same role in college. So I know everyone's going to say that Jefferson replaces Diggs, and he does replace his roster spot, but what if his role is replacing Thielen's instead? Nope. Nope. How many risky balls can I throw to my running back? That's the question. There we go. Quickly to Houston. We can still finish strong here with Jason Murray. But with his accuracy not getting better for short, I almost feel like I have to keep Kyle Dillon on the roster. Just because, like, if Leighton were to get hurt, I need to be able to throw underneath and trust it. And if I'm not there with Murray, then he can't be the backup yet. Unfortunately, he just keeps getting better at deep passing. I didn't pass the line there? Huh. All right, maybe Sung-Ho Kwok can win the game for us. Don't doubt him. Down the middle. Oh, no. He could have caught it. Oh, he could have done it. It would have been amazing. There we go. Oh, Levi Summers just dropped it. Backups. Backups, man. Oh, boy. Might just have to throw up a deep ball and hope for the best. Ah, we could have had him. He missed. Got some work to do there with Jason Murray. BC Johnson or Tajay Sharp as wide receiver 3? That's a really good question, actually. I think I give the edge to BC, actually, just because of his experience last year, his familiarity with the scheme and system. That's a nice shot. That was a pretty fun game, though. An interception that never counted. Yeah, Dillon's only pass was really nice. It was on the move, too. I was going to play the 4th preseason game, but I think I actually got to get out of here. The intro took up a lot of time. I'm going to have to come back to the preseason later on. Probably going to play that on my own and just get this edited and wrapped up. But I appreciate y'all coming out today and supporting me, supporting Franchise. Obviously, we talked about a lot today regarding Madden 21 and where the game is and where I am as far as content goes. I want to keep the franchise going here with the Broncos. If they're not going to do something new, why start over if we have a good thing going? You know? Anything else today? I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see how much time I have to put some other stuff together, but I really want to get going on this preseason and get that ready to go. Like, having this in Kalispell in the offseason at the same time is never ideal because the offseason slows down series. But we'll be back up and running here, full speed soon. So that is going to do it for me today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was definitely fun talking with all of you. And again, if you want to, continue the message of hashtag fix franchise mode, just do so constructively and do it respectfully, please. Thank you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you all later.